Here we are with part 2 of Valvelocity. We're going to start at measure 21. The notes are not that difficult here. Watch out if you're playing the second trumpet part to check the E flat. Let's start right at 21. 1, play with us. 2, box, 21, big breath. Section. That section should be easy. We know most of those notes and most of those rhythms. The next section is the tricky one. Remember, it starts with a rest, and then you play the A and the G sharp if you're playing the F sharp if you're playing the second trumpet part. So let's even go one note at a time there. We're the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're the 6th line down if you're following along with us. Let's play one of those notes at a time, the G there. So let's see if we can play that all on one breath, but we're going to tongue them all to make sure that you're playing each fingering and tonguing right together. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Good, now don't fall for the trick. There's an F sharp and then there's an F natural, so it changes. See if you can play it with us and slur it. 1, 2, super smooth, rest. See if we can play the first ending as it is written. 1, 2, first ending, we know these notes. Good. Now it repeats to 21. So let's see if we can play from 21 all the way to the first ending. 1, 2, 21, play with us. Let's take a look at the second ending, and as the box number 2 there. Let's see if we can play one note at a time on the second ending. Good. We played the second ending plus one additional note. Now let's see if you can play that, but all tongued. 1 and 2, and get those fingerings down. Now put the slur in. 1, 2, play it like it's written slurred. Good, let's go right from 31 right to 35. This is actually a repeat of the part that you played in the beginning, so we should be fine here. 1, 2, play with us at 31. Big breath. Big breath. Good, don't worry about 35. We can figure that part out. You know those notes, you know those rhythms. Let's see if we can jump ahead to, let's start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines up from the bottom. Basically, it's the same part that you played in the middle of the song. Let's play one note at a time there. So where your first note is, if you're playing the second trumpet part, it starts on the A. That sounds familiar. Can you play that part with us? 1 and 2, and nice and smooth. Good. Now let's go to the next measure. Let's go one note at a time for that measure. So that's a B flat. Let's play that measure. All slurred. The next measure. Go. Good. Let's continue on to the next measure. We also know these notes. It sounds familiar. One at a time. Slurred plus one extra note. Good, now go back to 31 with us. Let's see if we can play this little middle section. 1, 2, 31. You know this part. Big breath in the rest. Now watch the rhythm. 35. Tap your foot. Sure does help. Tap, tap. Here we go. Good. If you missed any of those notes, go back, check your fingering chart. If you're not sure of any of the rhythms, you can write the counts in like we do in the rhythm packet, or you can listen to the recording and try to play along with us. Let's see if we can work a little towards the end here. Let's start at 51. Maybe you notice, number one, it says it wants you to play MP, softer, mezzo piano, and it also wants you to try to play it staccato. Let's just see if we can play the whole line of measure 51. So let's just play that whole line. I know it starts there, but we can still do that. 1, 2, 51, staccato. Good. Now the next section is the same as that you played in the beginning. So this part should be pretty easy too. The A, G sharp, G, F sharp should be the same as that part. I keep saying the other part on accident. Let's see if we can play it from where it slurs. Just play this measure and that measure would be great. 2 measures before the first ending. Ready, go, rest. Good. I bet you know that part. Play that with us again. Make sure you check those fingers and let's tongue every note. 1 and 2 and tongue every note, rest. Now here comes a tricky little run. The first ending. Can we play one note at a time? First ending. Now play that measure, but tongue every note. 1 and 2 and tongue every one of them. That's a little tricky, right? It puts a lot of notes together. Now see if you can slur it with us. 1 and 2 and with the first ending. Good. Now it repeats back to 51, but we will not do that. We will jump ahead to the second ending. This is the big finish here. Let's see if we can play each one of those notes, but we should know those by now. Second ending. Tongue every one of those notes. 1 and 2 and tongue them all. Second ending. Now slur them all. 1, 2. Good. Now here comes 60, which is the exact same as the beginning. We should have mastered this part by right now. So we're just going to play right from 60 to the end. 1, 2. Play with us. Slur them. Big breath. Big breath. Wait. Hold it. Good. Thank you very much. If you missed something, rewind the tape. See if you can play along with us.